fabulous women. How does it get any better than that? I wonder. So, how many of you were made to feel dumb or stupid or not really wanted or valuable as a child? Yeah. And for how many of you have you brought that through every day, every month, every year of your life, of your business, your body, your relationships, your sexualness, to where you are here right now? Anybody? Yeah. It's something that we're taught at a very young age. It's really bizarre, but the more you actually stick yourself with someone else's point of view, the more you actually fit in. Isn't that weird? Do you ever walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they say, "Oh, not so good." And you're like, "Yeah, I know, me too." Right? Do you ever walk up to somebody and they say, "How you doing?" And you go, "Fantastic, fabulous." And they're like, "Oh, no, good for you." So how many of you actually stick yourself with somebody else's point of view about how you should be, what you should be, and where you should be, and who you should be? Does that sound familiar? You're going to hear something, I'm going to repeat it again and again. Your point of view creates your reality. Your reality does not create your point of view. And your point of view, V-I-E-W, is actually your point of view, Y-O-U. So, what are you afraid of? We've heard a lot about fear today. I love this quote by Zig Ziglar. Fear has two meanings. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. We've talked a lot about fear today. Fear actually isn't real. Do you know that fear is created by a chemical called cortisol? And the same chemical that has you running from a building because it's on fire or being chased by a dinosaur, which is why fear was created, is also the same chemical that gives you that orgasmic juiciness. It's just a choice. So, everywhere you've decided fear is real. Just for this 15 minutes, would you be willing to give it up now? Yeah? I wonder what that could create. How many of you were given a nickname when you were little? Shout it out. Bossy. What else? Butterball. Butterball. What else? Four Eyes. Anybody else? My father's nickname for me was Dummy. I know, right? You know, he didn't really mean it. He came from a Polish, Hungarian, Russian family, first-generation Canadian. Don't stick out, right? Don't look different. Don't seem different. I was raised with wolves, 4 brothers. So I was this size, this height, and this weight by the time I was in grade 6, right? Not princess material. So his point of view was, shh, don't brag, don't stand out, don't tell anybody how great things are, don't rock the boat. When you're given a nickname, and when you're taught at a very young age not to be that juicy, joyous greatness that you are, you tend to live down to it. Have you found that true? So by the time I was in grade 6, graduating, going into high school, I got a report card, and the report card said F+. Now, when I went to school, it was EVGGFU. Excellent, very good, good, failure, and U, I guess, was for undesirable, right? And I went to my teacher and I said, how come I got a report card that said F+? And she said, just be glad I passed you. Then I found out she was putting me into the mentally challenged class in high school. Your point of view creates your reality. Her point of view was trying to create my reality. Well, luckily I had the kind of mother that took me out and put me in boarding school. Unfortunately, it was an Anglican boarding school and I was the only Jew. Now, it took the headmistress about 3 months to put me in solitary confinement. My point of view was, awesome, I get my own room, right? Your point of view creates your own reality. And it's when she took me into her little private office and said, I don't know what your people do, But our people are different. Did I then become aware of exactly how different I was? And there was nothing to be afraid of ever. Your point of view creates your reality. Your reality does not create your point of view. So then I tripped around the world as a hippie. I married a guy who was a widower, raised 4 kids under the age of 12, 10 years to do my undergraduate degree, got a master's in painting, tripped around the world, creating a $250,000 business in relationship counseling. And then just the other year, I was like, well, that was fun. Now what would I like to do? Your point of view creates your reality. Everywhere you've bought, that something can stick you. Would you like to know how to be unstoppable? Yeah? You know, Émile Zola, the French philosopher, said, I came here to shout out loud. Did you come here to shout out loud? Well, let me hear you. Now we're cooking, all right. Oh, I love this quote. I had to throw it in. That was me at 10, right? Don't mess with me. Unstoppable. A true leader requires no followers. Gandhi, love it. So, 5 keys to being unstoppable. The first one, please take your turn. Jump in, step up to the plate, be willing to be different. I'm going to tell you a secret about every one of you right here. You are different. Or you look around you. You came here, you chose this. You followed your knowing. You're saying, I'm having that. I don't know what this thing about one woman is about. I don't know who this crazy nut Charlotte is about, traveling the world, changing the world, but I want a piece of that. Okay? Start acknowledging the different that you be. I wonder what that could change in your world. Your point of view that's your reality. Stop looking at your life through somebody else's lens. Right? Who am I today? And what grand and glorious adventure can I be, can I do, can I have, can I create, and can I change my life with? That's a question you could ask every day. 2 roads diverged in the woods, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Start looking at your path, at the road you're on, and start acknowledging, wow, who am I today? Why be somebody yesterday if it wasn't working for you? Who am I today? You know you have the capacity to change every 10 seconds. We are the only animal on the world who actually believes that we can stay the same. Good thing we're cute. Ask questions. A question is the key that opens the windows and the doors to possibilities. An answer closes the doors. How many of you at a very young age were told you don't know? Right? You don't know. Do what I say, not what I do. I'm the one that knows. I'm in charge. All of those things. How many of you walked into your parents' room when they were fighting and you said, what's going on? And they're like, nothing. Right? You know. You're that little child that came in and said, hi, what's going on? I'm going to play. Ooh, I'm going to poop now. Oh, okay, I don't have a point of view. Ooh, hungry. Okay, temper tantrum. All right, now, tired. Right? When did you stop? At what age did you give up you? And would you be willing to give that up now? And start asking questions. What is this? What can I do with it? Can I change it? What's greater here for me? Your point of view creates your reality. Your reality does not create your point of view. Be willing to be judged. How many of you believe that judgment is real? Come on, get your hands up. Well, guess what? When was the last time you bought half a kilo of judgment, a pound of shame, and a quart and a half of guilt? You got to create those. What are you creating it with? Your point of view. Right? Be willing to be judged. Be willing to be judged. What people say about me is none of my business. I love that. What people say about me is none of my business. Do you guys get that? Yeah. Turn to your neighbor and say, what people say about me, it's none of my business. It's just a point of view. So if anybody is telling you you can't do something, you can't be something, to be afraid, you know what you tell them? Baby, what you're saying about me, it's none of my business. You are in the business of living life to the fullest. To the fullest. And if people tell you you can't, that's none of your business. You get that? What people say about me, it's none of my business. When you blame others, you give over your power to change. So, do you want to play with me for a minute? Cool. Love you guys. Gals. People. I want you to throw every judgment you can at me about me. Like, whatever that is. Just energetically throw, oh my God, who does she think she is standing up there? What does she think she's doing? Come on, throw them at me. Throw them at me. Just throw them out. Yeah, what are you wearing? Why is your hair that color? You know, what are you doing? Okay. Now, judge me again.
Why are you wearing that?
Do you see a difference? What's the difference?
No reaction.
First time my barriers were up, I was like, come on, judge me. Second time, was flowing right through me, baby. You know why? Because what people say about me is none of my business. Now, if you're in a situation, you feel like your barriers are up, push them down. Everybody, put your hands up here. Get a sense of all those barriers. Now, play with me. Push them down. Push them down, 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 push them down. Let the earth take it. Is that a little different? Yeah. Perspective. Whose lenses are you looking through? What's the very first thing that people say when you're born? Oh, he has his mother's eyes. He has his father's hair. You have your uncle's temperament. You look just like you are. Already, there's a point of view about you. Do you get that? In order to create a false intimacy with people, we start pushing our point of view on them and have them look through our lens as if, oh, I agree with you, so now we have a sense of intimacy. Your point of view creates your reality. What's your perspective on things? How are you looking at life? Is it working for you? What's greater here for me? Do you have a perspective that nothing's going to work out? Do you have a perspective that it's already been done? What is it that you're asking to be and create on this planet at this time? You chose a body. Otherwise, you'd be like a little spirit flying around. Right? You actually chose this time in this body to be on this planet. And the universe has your back. So what are you asking the universe to contribute? What are you looking through that's actually clouding your vision of you? My friends John and Mary Smith moved into an apartment housing complex, and in the middle of the complex, there was a courtyard. And every day Mary would wash the dishes, and she'd say, oh my God, what is wrong with these people? This courtyard is filthy. Every morning. And John got really tired of hearing this. One day, she got up and washed the dishes, and she said, they must have cleaned the courtyard. It's amazing. It's clean. It's beautiful. I'm going to go in there. And John said, yeah, I washed the windows. Whose lens are you looking through? Whose lens are you looking through? Celebration. I'm going to teach you a new word. It's called acknowledge eyes. It's a combination of recognize and acknowledge. You see, there's something here that plants and nurtures seeds, the seeds within you, of your desire, of your hopes, of your dreams, of who you be and what you be and how you want to be here on this planet, on this earth. And that's gratitude. When you're grateful, it nurtures you. You're like this little pebble in a pond. And as you drop the pebble into the pond, it sends ripples out. Right? Well, every time you acknowledge and have gratitude for you, it sends a bigger ripple out. And that ripple impacts everyone you come in contact with, including you. So here's something that I play with every day before I go to sleep. I ask myself, what are 2 things I'm grateful for today? And sometimes I write them down, sometimes I don't. And then I ask myself, what's one thing I want to improve on for tomorrow? And either I say it loud or I write it down, and I let the universe contribute. And then in the morning when I wake up, I swing my feet over, put them on the ground, and I say, I'm alive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm alive. You're alive. You're living, you're breathing. You're these creative souls. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what is it that you came here to do and be? And what could that look like if you'd actually start to celebrate you? What if you start to shout out loud? What is it that you have never acknowledged about you that if you actually did would change all of you? Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your perspective. What question can I ask today that would change my life right away? Questions empower. We have choice. Questions empower. Choice creates awareness. Awareness creates possibilities. Possibilities create contribution. And I am so grateful for all of that. What if you actually started to live and breathe and include the gratitude that you have for you every day? And it doesn't have to be a big thing. You know, sometimes I go home, I travel a lot, and I'm like, oh my God, I love my toilet paper. Right? It's your point of view creates your reality. What if you actually gave yourself that space to create what you've been asking for and leave the naysayers behind? My last request is that you surround yourself with people that have you reaching on your tippy toes. You know, we often surround ourselves with like-minded naysayers. Yeah, no, you're right, it won't work. Oh, I know what you mean, I can't. I can't lose weight. Oh, no. Oh, money, I can't. Me too, I can't. I'm broke, I can't pay my bills. Oh, my husband too, I can't stand with it. My kids, oh yeah, me too, I don't. Right? Well, what about people that are saying, yeah, you know what, I just went to this amazing empowerment group, and we're all reaching higher. You know, I have friends, and when things aren't working, I call up my friends and I say, ask me a question. I don't want anybody who's going to align and agree with me that I'm sitting in a pile of poo. I want somebody who's going to reach out and say, hey, the swimming pool that's clean's over here. So when you have these conversations, ask somebody, say, can you ask me a question? This isn't working. Can you ask me a question? Right? Can you facilitate me? Whether it's a coach, a mentor, a family, a friend, ask them to ask you a question. I ask questions all the time. I even asked about all the speakers here today so I could bring to you what you needed to hear that was different than anybody else. I reach up to mentors myself. You know, I'm a coach, I'm a speaker, I'm a mom, I'm a grandmother. I am a human being on this planet with all of these questions. What is this? Wow, what can I do with it? Can I change it? How can I change it? If not, what else is possible? So I invite you to jump into the dance of life and start leading your life. Live boldly. Live boldly. This is it, man. This is not a dress rehearsal. Love greatly and start with you. And be that fearless leader you came here to be. Because what a shame it would be to cheat the world of someone like you who came here to meet everyone and shift and change what isn't working in your life. Thank you so much.
Susan Lazar Hart.